Hi guys, welcome to our full Java course. In this tutorial, I will show you how the overflow and the underflow occurred within the memory of a computer using a primitive data type. In our previous tutorial, I've already shown you how to get the maximum and the minimum range of a primitive data type. So in this tutorial, we will apply the overflow and the underflow. Okay. Alright, the first thing we did was to create our empty Java class, and we include our public static void main method, which is the entry to our program. You can see we also wrote some comment, and we include the 8 kinds of primitive data type: the int, the long, the float. We have the double, the char, the short, the byte, and the boolean. These are the 8 kinds of primitive data type we use within the Java programming language. So here we will apply the overflow and the underflow, how it occurred within the memory of a computer. So we say int, and we say int maximum value, int equal, and we say integer dot maximum, right? Say integer dot maximum value. Very good. We also say int, and we say int minimum value. Let's say equal integer dot minimum value. Very good. Here we go. Let's try to make this right. Very good. Okay. Now the next thing that we want to do is to write some output statement wherein we can print the minimum and the maximum value of our integer data type. So let's say our salt, which is system.out.println, and we click enter. Int maximum value So we will try to copy this statement to us so we can do for the minimum also. Very good. The next thing that we want to do is we call the object. We say int, and we say dot maximum. Very good. And we also call the minimum value, int, and we say minimum value. Okay. So let's try to change this statement to the minimum value. We say int minimum value. Right. So the next thing that we want to do is to run the code to see the minimum and the maximum value of our integer data type. Then we can apply the overflow and the underflow and how it occurred. Okay. So we try to run this. Let's try the test case now. We try to run this and see what happens. Okay. Here we go. So now that we have the result, let's try to see the result, what we have. Okay. So this is the maximum and the minimum range of our integer data type. We introduced this in our previous tutorial, and we show you that you cannot pass the maximum range of our integer data type. If you pass the maximum, then like you have some error for the declarations, or passing some set of strings, you will have some errors. We have already explained this in our previous tutorial, but this is the maximum and the minimum range of our integer data type. You can see that our integer data type falls in 2,147,000,000. We have 483,000. We have 647. That is for the maximum value of our integer data type, and the minimum value we have minus 2 billion and up to 48. 48. The differences between the maximum and the minimum is that the minimum falls in negative and the maximum falls in positive, and with the difference of 1. We have 47 for the minimum and we have 48 for the maximum, right? So this is the minimum and the maximum value of our integer data type. Now we will apply the overflow and how it occurred within the memory of our computer. Okay. So the next thing that we want to do is to add 1 to the maximum and to add minus 1 to subtract minus 1 from the minimum, right? Or overflow occurred within the memory of a computer by adding 1 to the maximum value, or adding sum of numbers, not only 1 but any numbers that are above the maximum value. If you add to the maximum value or overflow will occur. Likewise, for the minimum value, if you also subtract any number from the minimum value which is in the negative range, you will also have the overflow occurred. So let's apply that. I will write some statement first and then we can apply that. So here I will try to write some statement. So here we say overflow apply. Overflow applied. That is for the maximum value, and overflow applied for the minimum value, right? So we say overflow apply. Okay. So by apply the overflow for the minimum value, the maximum value rather, is to add 1. So here we put bracket and we say plus 1, and we close it with another bracket. Very good. We also apply it for the minimum value and we say bracket again and we put minus 1. We close bracket. Very good. Here we go. So now we can run our program to see the result of what we did. Let's run our program. Here we go. It's running faster. Okay. Alright, here we go. So you can see the result now. The maximum value has gone to a negative range and the minimum value has come to a positive range. So this is how our overflow and our underflow occurred within the memory of a computer, adding a numbers that is adding a numbers, and then you notice that the maximum range of a number has been like we have reached the maximum range, but you still add a numbers to the maximum range. So going above the maximum range of a numbers, we overflow will occur, and going beyond the minimum range of numbers, then you will have underflow to occur. And this usually happens sometimes we try to pass on set of value and it has passed the maximum range, then we still try to add some set of value, and when the computer gives the result, sometimes like we are challenged by the result, like what we expect is not what we get. So it's because of the overflow or the underflow. So this is how to notice the overflow and the underflow, how it happened within the memory of a computer. Adding numbers to the maximum value of or data type and minusing numbers from the minimum value of a data type will cause or overflow or underflow. And this is not just for the integer value, it's work for the long data type, and it work for all the other data type with the exceptions of the boolean and that of the char, right? So it works for most of the other data type. You can also apply the test case and comment below. Thank you, and this is all for this tutorial. I will go over the code again. So here we got like the maximum and the minimum here, and you can also try it for the other test case, which is the long, the float, the double, and you comment below. Thank you, and we move to our next tutorial in this course. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.